Siva Nama Tiruchitrambalam. Welcome back to our discussion on Sokkanatha Venba, verse number 9. The verse goes this way. Pesanuboothi பிறக்க எனது உள்ளத்தில் ஆசா பசாசை அகற்றுவாய். தேசாரும் சிற்பரானந்தா திரு ஆலவாய் உறையும் தத்பரா சொக்கநாதா. Today's verse is a beautiful request that we should all be saying on a daily basis to Lord Shiva. Here, in this particular verse, the saint, the author, our Guru Mudalvar, is expressing his gratitude by calling Lord Shiva with various beautiful names. He says, Tesarum Sirpara, which is nothing but literally translated as the highest knowledge that you can ever visualize. This particular knowledge, or Lord Shiva, is in the form of a knowledge which is beyond words, beyond imagination, and beyond any kind of expressions. If we are able to give a boundary, if we are able to give an expression for knowledge, Lord Shiva is leaps and bounds beyond that expression. That's what it means as Tesarum Sirpara, which means knowledge beyond words, beyond thoughts, beyond imagination, and beyond any kind of expression. Then Ananda. Ananda means ever permeating happiness. We cannot use the word happiness over here because when we say happy, there is an opposite word for that called as sad. Whatever word you can talk about for happiness, we do have an equivalent or opposite word for that. But when you talk about Ananda, there is no opposite word for that, which means there is nothing which can throw away the concept of Anandam, and Lord Shiva is the only one. Why do we have this expression? Simple way to look at it is, whatever or whoever we think gives us happiness, one stage or the other, the person or the thing has given us happiness. After a while, the same thing or the same person would have given us a lot of sadness. A lot of pain comes in because of the same person or the same thing that we appreciated once quite a lot. More than our life we would have loved it, but later we know that that is the one which causes us most of the problems. It could be from our parents, from our siblings, from our friends, from our schools, our work, our spouse, our kids, our in-laws, whoever you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. The moment we talk about something that is giving us happiness, after a while we know that is the same thing which is going to give us a lot of miserable sorrow feeling. Right? So, but Lord Shiva is beyond that. He can never give us any kind of sorrow. He can never give us any kind of a pain. So that is why he is called as Ananda. He is the only one who can give us Anandam. And Thiru Alavai Urayum Tatpara. In Upanishads, Veda, there is one of the Mahavakyams called as Tattvamasi, which simply literally translates as that is I am that. So the moment you talk about the word Tat, the real meaning of Tat is Lord Shiva, who resides in Thirualavai, which is Madurai. So the place called Madurai is the place where Lord Shiva resides, and he is the meaning of Tat, and he is none other than Sokkanatha. You see how Lord Shiva is being praised in this. Tesarum Sirpara Ananda Thiru Alavai Urayum Tarpara Sokkanatha. After all this, we have already praised Lord Shiva. Now we have to put forth a request to him to say, you know what? I'm able to see that you are the meaning of Tat. I'm able to see that you are Anandam. But the problem now I have is, there is a lot of unwanted things that is staying in my heart. When I talk about unwanted things, it is taken as a ghost. It is taken as a devil. It is taken as the evil spirit. The evil spirits that is sitting within me is nothing but, we all know, greed, fear, anxiety, whatever we want to call it, jealousiness, whatever we want to call it, those are all different forms of the devil that is conquering our heart as of now. So, the saint here, the author here, puts forth a request saying that எனது உள்ளத்தில் ஆசா பசாசை அகற்றுவாய். Pasasam means devil. Asai is desire. The devil in the form of desire is sitting in my heart. Lord Shiva, can you please show your grace and throw away or remove this devil from my heart? You know why we are putting forth this request to Lord Shiva? Because the devil, or even the desire that we are talking about, is caused because of one of the entanglement called as Anavam. And Anavam cannot be thrown away just like that. Only Lord Shiva can control it. He also cannot destroy it because it is something permanent, but Lord Shiva can always control it, and he's the only person who can help us in controlling our Anavam. That is why we request him to do it, to say, can you please control the Anavam that is there in my heart, the entanglement that is causing this desire, which is in the form of a devil, which is controlling me and controlling everyone around me. After controlling the devil, what will happen? We need to get into a state, the true self state, which is called as Pesanuboothi. We are not supposed to utter a word, not because consciously I want to keep quiet or avoid talking to people, but just lost of words. Just be in the blissful state of Lord Shiva. You see, today the majority of the problem that we are facing around us is because of communication. And we all think when we say communication is the biggest problem, miscommunication is the problem. Yes, of course, miscommunication is a problem. But do you think lack of communication or over communication is not a problem? Obviously, that is also a big problem. Wherever we have to inform someone, we have to speak up there. If we don't speak up there, it is a problem. Or if we keep talking a lot, that is also a problem. So how do we get rid of this miscommunication, over communication, lack of communication, whatever it is? How do we get rid of this? We have to first lose our thoughts, because thoughts are the one which comes as words. How do we get rid of our thoughts? That is where Lord Shiva has to conquer our thoughts completely. Make sure that we are surrendering to him completely in such a way that we don't have to utter a word. There is no need to speak. That is what verse number 9 is all about. Pesanuboothi பிறக்க எனது உள்ளத்தில் ஆசா பசாசை அகற்றுவாய். Only when you remove the desire from my heart or from my thoughts, I will get into a state, blissful state of Pesanuboothi. And only the person who is in the form of Ananda can do this, who is none other than Sokkanatha. That's what verse number 9 is all about. I'll come back again with the next verse very soon. Until then, Sivaya Nama Tiruchitrambalam.